today we're going to talk about a murder. Jasmine was 12 years old.
Oh.
And people described her as, friendly, cheerful, and sociable. And she and a couple of her friends went to a concert where she met Jeremy.
I don't like him already.
Jasmine, she's the Richardson, Jasmine Richardson, and his last name is Steinke.
Oh, I really don't like him already.
Why?
Jeremy Steinke?
Anyway, so Jasmine had a pretty normal childhood, mom, dad, younger brother, cheerful, sociable. Jeremy did not. Jeremy had, not the best upbringing. He had an alcoholic mom and a boyfriend who was not nice to Jeremy.
Oh, the mom boyfriend that was not nice to him.
Yeah.
Okay. Jeremy did not have a boyfriend.
No.
Okay.
So, he was frequently on, this was like 2005, 2006. So, So social media like MySpace was really popular.
I remember MySpace.
Do you remember vampirefreaks.com?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, I was never I knew it existed. I never I looked it up, but I wasn't a member or nothing, but I knew it was a thing.
Until I was looking into this, I had never heard of this website.
Oh, you
and I thought you were joking when you said you had.
Non-millennial, I guess. You're what is your thing called? Gen Z?
Yeah, I'm between millennial and Gen Z.
Oh, but yeah. MySpace in 05 to 010, not 010, I guess 05 to 10 was a very heavy grunge emo-esque phase. My MySpace consisted of dark backgrounds with 3 Day Grace music playing when you entered in, dark profile picture, sad heartthrob, angst quotes as the headlines. Yeah.
My MySpace, because I did have one briefly.
Oh, did you? For a minute, and then it got canceled.
And then Facebook came. But my MySpace, I really liked that you could have stickers on there. And I had a bunch of fairy stickers, like Tinkerbell and just fairies and dolphins. And my little music thing was Katy Perry.
Oh, you were that girl. I was that guy, and you were that girl.
Yeah. So, vampirefreaks.com, you never got on there, you never saw what it was?
I feel like I might have had once, but refresh me. Again, that was 15 years ago, and I've not done it since, so.
Well, from what I could tell, it was just people pretending to be vampires. Or, in Jeremy's case, because he was an avid user of this website, he was a 300-year-old werewolf.
Yeah! Okay, yeah! I definitely never posted anything on that site.
Okay. So.
Dislikes cats, tea.
So his his interests, it's listed here. Sacrification, not sacrifice, sacrification. Hangs, kink fetishes, blood, and razor blades.
None of that sounds like any werewolves I know, but continue.
How many do you know?
That's not important.
Okay, and then Jasmine also had a profile on here.
Oh, God, this poor child.
Where she describes herself as Wiccan, nocturnal, awkward, and insane. Her hobbies are dark poetry, criminal psychology, blood, and human anatomy.
We both like blood. Let's talk.
So, they had bios and stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
And Jeremy's bio was a gothic individual who believes in blood, destruction, guts, gore, and greed. I am God's champion. No, sorry. Am I God's champion or Satan's angel?
Well, first of all, I am so glad that you have joined us with the rest of the humans in the world, that you believe in blood and destruction and guts. Because, up until now, I just thought they were make-believe.
And Jasmine's bio, instead of 12, she listed herself as 15. And her bio just said, "Welcome to my tragic end." Yeah. So, a lot of people have speculated that maybe they met on that website.
Mm-hmm.
But people that actually knew them all said that they met at the concert.
What was the concert for?
It doesn't say, just a punk rock concert.
I meant it's Avenged Sevenfold.
Maybe, I don't know.
I'm not trying
I was a baby at the time.
I'm not trying to say that they're cultists or affiliated in any way. I'm just saying that back then they were, like, you had My Chemical Romance and stuff, but I feel like Avenged Sevenfold would have been more hardcore.
Uh-huh. So, Jeremy, she thought he was a cool dude, He had a bottle of blood around his throat.
Werewolf. How cool is that?
Well, and he always wore a vial of blood around his throat, which, if you had wore that when I met you, we would have got together like 10 times faster.
Also, you know why he wore the vial of blood around his neck, right?
Because he was a werewolf?
Because he believed in it.
Okay, so anyway. There was one tragic. Well, there were lots of tragic.
Isn't this whole thing about a murder?
Well, I mean, like reasons they shouldn't date. One being that he's a 300-year-old werewolf and that she's a 12-year-old girl.
Yeah. Yeah. Huge.
But even before that, in his human age, he was 23.
Oh. Well,
So this is an adult man. But either way, they started dating.
Mm-hmm.
And you know how I said that people would describe her as friendly, cheerful, and sociable?
I do not, but yeah, sure, that sounds like her.
Well, they wouldn't anymore.
Oh.
She adopted a more gothic persona, and her parents noticed that she wasn't smiling anymore, and they found out about Jeremy.
Oh.
And
he turned her, right?
They were not okay with the relationship, and they forbid it.
Oh, of course, yeah.
So Jeremy gets on his little website, vampirefreaks.com, and he posts this status. Payment. My lover's rents are totally unfair. They say that they really care, but they don't know what's going on. They just assume. Their throats I want to slit. Finally, there shall be silence. Their blood shall be payment.
Well, that's pretty intense.
Yeah, and Jasmine was super into that.
So
okay. She sent an email to him, and I couldn't find the full email, but in the email she was talking about a plan that she had. Uh-huh. And in the email it says, it begins with me killing them and ends with me living with you.
Okay. As a werewolf.
Of her friends about her plan, but they didn't believe her, or they thought she was joking.
Naturally. You never want to take that thing serious.
Yeah, like, oh, I'm gonna murder my parents. Ha ha ha. Joke.
Oh, Jasmine, who's never acted like this until 2 weeks ago.
On October, 22nd, 23rd, Steven comes over. Or Jeremy, not Steven, sorry.
Okay, well, who's Steven?
Jeremy comes over, and he goes for the mom first. Her name was Deborah.
Oh, we're just jumping into it.
Well, yeah, they planned. The only other thing about them planning it is that they watched a movie called Natural Born Killers.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever seen it?
No.
It's, I haven't either, but I was looking at it, and it's about a couple who goes on a killing spree and kills the girl's family, but leaves the little brother alive. And Jeremy had been talking to his friends after he watched the movie and said, yeah, I'd love to do that with Jasmine's parents. I think that's the ultimate love story.
Oh, Jeremy, you get so fickle in your old 300-year-old age.
Yeah, on October 23rd.
They didn't even wait till Halloween. How lame.
Not that this is good.
Yeah, we're not condoning
killing your family.
Our condolences go out.
But on October 23rd, they killed her family. Not Stephen. Why do I keep saying Stephen? Jeremy came in and stabbed the mom, Deborah, at least a dozen times.
At least.
Yeah. Jasmine's dad had heard the commotion and come down, because they were in the basement, and tried to get Jeremy with a screwdriver.
Weak.
And Jeremy got the best of him, too.
Well, yeah, so he's a werewolf.
Both parents were dead in the basement.
Okay.
And Jasmine knew this was going on. Her little brother, who was 8 years old at the time, was freaking out. She was up in the room, holding him, consoling him, like, it's all okay. Everything's okay. And Jeremy comes up.
Mm-hmm.
And there are different stories about how this next part goes.
Okay.
Some people believe that Jasmine didn't want to kill her brother and Jeremy did. Some people believe the other way around, and some people believe that they both wanted to kill him.
Oh. No story. Do neither one of them want to kill this poor child?
No, because he ends up dead.
Oh, God.
The most common story is that Jasmine did not want to kill her little brother, and Jeremy said, I've already killed both of your parents. You have to kill him so that you're part of this too.
She's already part of it.
Kind of, but, she hasn't raised a weapon to anybody yet, so I guess he's kind of saying, like, you're going to snitch on me if you don't kill somebody too. So, she does.
Oh, God.
She slits his throat in bed.
Jesus.
And, they leave. They're off their happy little love story. And the next day, one of the neighbor boys who was friends with her brother, her brother's name was Tyler, by the way.
Yeah.
And one of Tyler's friends comes over because he wants to play, and he's knocking on the door, no one's there. So he peeks in through the window, and he sees, a body. And he's a little kid, so he freaks out, and he runs over to his parents. And his parents come over and look in, and they see it too, so they call the police.
Mm-hmm.
And initially, the police thought that Jasmine had been kidnapped after somebody murdered her parents.
Mm.
So at the beginning of the search, it was an Amber Alert looking for a kidnapped 12-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
But they eventually found, her emails and where they'd been talking back and forth and discovered that she was kind of
an accomplice.
plotting everything.
Mm-hmm.
When they finally caught her, she was 13 at this point.
Oh, wow.
She said that every time that she had talked about killing her parents, she had been speaking hypothetically and never intended to do it.
Of course.
But neither of the couple expressed any guilt or remorse. Mm-hmm. And Jeremy even referred to the murders as gutting them like fish.
God.
So there was a whole court case where they went back and forth. Jasmine saying that she was not guilty. Jeremy saying that he was not guilty. But eventually they were both found guilty on 3 counts of first-degree murder.
Mm-hmm.
Jeremy was sentenced to life in prison for 25 years without parole.
Mm-hmm.
Jasmine was 13 at the time she was sentenced. Do you want to guess how many years she was put into prison?
25.
10.
10?
That is, in Canada, that is the maximum that a minor can get in prison under the age of 14. If she had been 1 year older, she probably would have been sentenced as an adult and put in for life like Jeremy.
I forgot we were in Canada on this.
Yeah. So she was actually released in 2016.
Oh. Is she out and about today?
Yeah, as far as I know.
Wow.
There was a lot of controversy over when she was released, but she had served her sentence. While they were in jail, or in prison, they did send letters back and forth to each other in which Jeremy proposed to her, and she said yes.
Oh, wow.
But as far as I could tell, since she's been out of prison, they haven't had any contact.
Is he still in prison?
Yes, he is.
How much longer does he have?
He's in for life. He's got 25 years before he can be put up for parole.
Wow.
So 25 years from 2006. 2016 was 10 years. I don't think he'll get the parole.
Probably not.
That was just something that I thought was interesting. I thought you might like to hear about that one because I know that you like werewolves.
Yeah. I mean, not those kind. People like Jeremy give werewolves a bad name.
But
So wait, when did she get out?
2016.
2016. Okay, that's 10 years after 2006, and she would have been...
He was 22.
When she got out.
I think so, yeah.
So she's about my age. That's scary.
Yeah. So if you had met the wrong woman, a 300-year-old werewolf woman who had convinced you to kill your family and your brother, you would be out of prison about now.
In Canada.
In Canada.
So you don't know, like, where she's at today?
I'd say she's probably still in Canada.
I mean, like, nobody's, like, followed her up with, like, interviews or anything?
When she was, like, on trial, because she was a minor, they couldn't publish her name. They just listed her as JR.
Uh-huh.
So it's not like anybody would see her and go, oh, Jasmine, she killed her parents.
Mm-hmm. But she did.
Whereas as soon as Jeremy gets out, people are going to recognize him.
I mean, yeah, he's a werewolf.
I wonder if he still is.
You don't just stop being a werewolf. I wonder if she is. Question. I wonder if he turned her before they got arrested. That was our first very short, fun little podcast, everybody. Murder She Cast.
I don't know what that means, Murder She Cast.
Because it's like Murder She Wrote, but it's a podcast.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
I was thinking like Armcast.
No, Murder She Cast. Because we're podcasting about the murders.
Well, what if we don't always podcast about murders? What if next week we do Mothman?
Well...
Mothman She Cast.
No, because then it could still follow under that, because we can talk about how Mothman killed people.
Mothman does not kill people.
I'm pretty sure he has.
I'm pretty sure he hasn't.
I'm pretty sure he has.
Well, I'm going to look it up right now.
Okay.
We'll end it before this episode is over. Has Mothman killed anyone? No.
Nobody that's lived to tell about it.
This is the Mothman is Innocent podcast.
Mothman 2020.
Mothman for President 2020. Goodbye.
And goodbye.